G'day guys, Ron here from Osborne Digital Marketing. Today we're going to walk through installing Google Analytics on your website. So let's jump straight into it. So ultimately what I've done is I've brought up the Google Analytics website. Everything that we chat about today, guys, is going to be in the links down below, so you can very easily just click on the link and it will take you to everywhere you need to be. So let's get started. So ultimately we come to that page. Now we're creating a new account for a client. So they're known as Southeastern Cartage Service. We'll call that SECS, as they like to be called. Next, very straightforward. It's honestly, guys, you're just following the bouncing ball. Okay. All right. So now these guys are actually based in my lovely country of Australia. So what you can do is you can change it all. You can adjust this to wherever you are in the world. So the timing metrics are actually understandable to what you're seeing, which is important. So these guys are in Victoria. We want it to be in the Aussie dollar. Beautiful. Okay. Now, Google Analytics, this is 2022. In 2023, Google is releasing its G4. Now, G4 is meant to be an incredibly new, awesome update that answers everyone's questions. But to be honest, guys, it's pretty awful. Right now, it's terrible. It causes problems on the sites, and yeah, you don't want it on there. It's way too fiddly to get answers. It can go extremely in depth, and that's what Google's trying to do, which is a good thing. But right now it's just not there. So the best option is to install the Universal Analytics. So that's what's been around for years. That's what we still install to this day, and I strongly suggest that you do that. So to access that, you will need to click the Show Advanced Options, okay? And then it'll come up here. Click the little tab. It's going to be maybe behind my head, but there's a little tab over here. Just activate that. Now what we need to do is we need to grab the website and just place it in there, guys. Okay, done. So hit next, and you can put in, we're just a small business. You can put in all of this information. You don't have to. It's up to you. And create. Accept, I agree. So now that the system's being created, ultimately what will happen is you're displayed with the web stream data. Now what you need to do, and what I suggest, there's a couple of ways you can install it. You can install it, install plugins, additional plugins on your website that are specific for Google Analytics. I don't suggest that. The least amount of plugins you have, it's a lot better on your site. It reduces the load. So ultimately all you need to do is come to the global site tag here. So just monitor what this is. Quebec Bravo Sierra. So we just come down, and this code right here, we're going to grab this code, okay? So we copy that, okay, and we just make sure Quebec Bravo Sierra that this right here aligns with this. So this is the G4 data that would be utilized in the future, but for right now we're focusing on the Universal Analytics. So we come over to our WordPress site. Again, it's very simple. If you've got a Wix, if you have Squarespace, all you need to do is access the code editor, make sure it's the HTML code editor, and you input that code. So the code that we just displayed before, copy and paste, or copy this code, paste it into those sections on those websites. For the purposes of this, we're utilizing WordPress because WordPress is the go-to web builder. When it comes to installing the code, you want to utilize the plugin headers footers code manager. We always use it. It's a brilliant thing. I'll link to it down below. Very straightforward and very easy to utilize. So you just click add new. All right. Google Analytics, HTML, site-wide, we want it displayed site-wide. Location in the header, that is where we want it displayed. Active, and you just paste the code in here, okay, and hit save. Now sometimes you might need to clear the cache. Clearing the cache is essentially a thing that holds information to make things load quicker, so you don't need to pull all of the data. Sometimes you might need to clear the cache on the website once you've uploaded this information, just because it might be sitting there compared to being activated. Now the way you confirm that this is actually working, let me just scroll out a bit. Okay, so the way you confirm that this is working, you can come back over to home. Now the real time, which is right here, but let's try and get a better view of it. So real time right here, this should be activated when we are on it. So you want to see this flash to 1. So let's just go over here, let's go to the website page. So now we are on Southeastern Cartage Services. Okay, we're on the page, we're scrolling around. This should trigger the Google Analytics data, so you might need to refresh it. And it can take a minute, so if you've installed the code correctly, this should change over to 1. Okay. Another way you can actually check if you've installed your code is you can come back to the main page. You can click inspect. So you right click, inspect, and then what you can do is you can come to the head of the page and you can start to see, you can have a look for Google Analytics. So you can do Control F and start typing Google. Now, if it's not in here, that is sometimes a sign that it hasn't been uploaded yet. Again, sometimes if the cache isn't cleared appropriately, then it might not work. But now it's working. So there we go. So as you can see, we're on it now. And that's basically it. That's how you install Google Analytics onto your website to track the information. I'm in Dubai at the moment, so living up the dream and working on my tan. So that's it, guys. That's how that works. If you have any questions or queries about how to install Google Analytics on your website, just hit me up down below. More than happy to answer any queries or questions you have. I strongly recommend Google Analytics because you can track your conversions, you can see how your site's performing, you can see what individuals are buying what, where they're dropping off. It's an awesome tool. I'm going to have a ton of videos coming out with information surrounding how you can utilize the benefits of the page. Again, if you've gained any value from this, just please give me a like. I love creating these videos for you guys. Have a lovely day. I look forward to seeing you again. Cheers.